begin our journey coming from Riverside Station. The fare for the T is around $2, but is absolutely worth every cent. We'll be getting off at Fenway to show you around and tell a little history. Fenway is home of the Red Sox, as well as Red Sox Nation, and the infamous Fenway Park, of course. There's an abundance of stores and bars in the area, as well as venues for some nighttime fun. Fenway is full of excitement for everyone, though it usually gets pretty rowdy around there, so hopefully we can still show you around.
The Landmark Center was transformed by Bruner Cott and Associates from a Sears warehouse into this contemporary 1.5 million square foot commercial center that houses stores like Best Buy, Cold Stone, and Longhorn Steakhouse. The design of this spectacular building was inspired by expressionist movies of the 1920s.
Test your wits in this mind-bending adventure of sights, sound, and action. Enter a 3,000-year-old tomb with only your flashlight and your wits to guide you. Five Wits provides a unique, fully immersive walkthrough, interactive adventure experience using state-of-the-art special effects and mind-boggling riddles in a fantastic setting. Tomb takes your group of archaeologists deep into an Egyptian tomb for 45 minutes of excitement. Guests find themselves trapped by the spirit of an ancient pharaoh, forced with ingenious challenges that must be completed for any chance of making it out alive. Your group must work together to find success in this battle of wits, or face the pharaoh's wrath. If you fail, death awaits. At only $25, this is a pretty interesting ride.
Welcome to the Landmark Center, an epicenter of shops located just at the beginning of the Fenway area. This is Yawkey Street, by the way. On this street there are several shops, including Longhorn Steakhouse, Quiznos, Best Buy, you name it, they got it. One of which is Flick Art Store, which our school gives a fat discount at, and it's really worth it to take a look at. It's huge. As a European, I know my beer. But over here at the Boston Beer Works, they have a fine assortment of many, many beers, which they all home brew. One of which is a variety of the Harpoon beer, which I personally drank about 4 weeks ago, and it was great. So if you want a beer, go to Boston Beer Works. Much beer, small prices.
Located on here. There's a few bars, a gym. There's a couple venues at Avalon and the Axis where they have a bunch of good shows, local shows. A lot of bands just come out and play there. They're also a nightclub. A lot of action happens at night. It's a good place.
Fenway Park was designed by Osborne Engineering and was built by James McLaughlin in 1912. The park opened on April 20th, 1912, and its first night game was held on June 13th, 1947. Fenway Park is currently the oldest park remaining in baseball. Tom and Jean Yockey's initials are engraved into the green monster.
Down by Yockey Way, you can find quite a few shops, restaurants, and clothing stores for your Red Sox attire. This is where most of the action can be found during, after, and before the games.
Kenmore Square is a lively center filled with shops, restaurants, bars, hotels, clubs, and educational institutions. Before 1932, Kenmore Square was known as Governor's Square. The design of this spectacular building was inspired by expressionist movies of the 1920s.
The Barnes & Noble store at Kenmore is Boston University's official bookstore. Consisting of over 5 floors, the bookstore holds all Boston University students' needs, ranging from books to clothes to even coffee. Materials for other schools, such as the Boston Architecture Center, are also sold through the store. The Boston Marathon is an annual marathon sporting event hosted by the city of Boston, Massachusetts, on Patriots' Day, the third Monday of April. The course runs through 26.2 miles of winding roads following Route 135, Route 16, Route 30, and city streets into the center of Boston, where the official finish line is located at Copley Square, alongside the Boston Public Library. For this reason, the MBTA suspends service to the Copley Square stop for the day, and runs increased service to the area. Today, the Boston Athletic Association manages this event. Amateur and professional runners from all over the world compete in the Boston Marathon each year, braving the hilly New England terrain and unpredictable, sometimes brutal weather to take part in the race. The event attracts an average of about 20,000 registered participants each year. In the 100th running of the Boston Marathon in 1996, the participants reached 38,000. The Boston Marathon's Monday race date is unique to the sporting calendar of the major marathons. The race has traditionally been held on Patriots' Day, and until 1969 that was every April 19th, whichever day of the week that fell on. Starting in 1969, the holiday was observed on the third Monday in April, and so the marathon date was correspondingly fixed to that Monday. The Boston Marathon is New England's most widely viewed sporting event. About 500,000 spectators watch the race live annually, and more than 1,100 media members from over 250 outlets were expected to receive media credentials in 2006. The current course records, as of 2007, are 2 hours and 7 minutes and 14 seconds for the men's open, 2 hours and 20 minutes and 43 seconds for the women's open. For most of its history, the Boston Marathon was a free event, and the only prize awarded for winning the race was a wreath woven from olive branches. However, corporate-sponsored cash prizes began to be awarded in the 1980s, when professional athletes began to refuse to run the race without cash awards. The first cash prize for winning the marathon was awarded in 1986. Women were not allowed to enter the Boston Marathon officially until 1972. Roberta Bobby Gibb is recognized as the first woman to run the entire Boston Marathon in 1966. In 1967, Catherine Switzer, who had registered as KV Switzer, was the first woman to run with a race number. She finished, despite a celebrated incident in which race official Jock Semple tried to rip off her numbers and eject her from the race. In 1996, the BAA retrospectively recognized as champions the unofficial women's leaders of 1966 through 1971.